Today we're taking out the Ariel Rider X-Class on an awesome off-road adventure. We're going out and exploring an old abandoned lake that is now dried up and has plenty of fun trails for us to take a ride on.
There's a trail that I've seen driving past and just looking around on Google Maps that I don't really know if it's a trail. It looks like an old construction road near one of these spots, and it's just down a little bit of a sketchy road, and I've never felt like going down it, but I kind of feel like exploring somewhere new today. I live in a small town, which is great to ride the bikes around in, but I've been over all these roads hundreds of times already, so I'd like to see somewhere new. It's probably only about in the 50s right now, so a little bit chilly of a day, but we're gonna make the most of it. Go on a fun adventure here. So we're gonna go head up that way and see if we can make it up to this new trail. I haven't ever tried to go up this other road, but it looks like there's a pretty decent shoulder on both sides, so I think we should be all right. If it gets too sketchy, I might turn around, but we'll go start heading up that way. On down the shoulder here. I think I'm just gonna keep it on pedal assist 3, nice and easy. Don't need to be going too fast, because there's literally a dead raccoon right here. Oops. Go around this sign. The shoulder might have been a little worse than I had originally anticipated. The one on the right looks a little bit better, but I don't really want to have my back facing to the cars. I want to be able to see who's coming and what they're doing. There's the airport down there. I think it should become a little better up on this portion. Hopefully there's just not too much roadkill going on. We'll keep pedaling our way up. Oh, those walnuts are a little scary. That'll definitely throw you off if you're not ready for it, especially if you're riding something like an electric skateboard or a one wheel. I'll see you later. This is the part where it gets a little scary, coming around these inside corners. Here we go, down the descent. I think this is the trail on the maps that I saw. But it doesn't really look like much of anything. This is a pretty cool place called Hereford Manor. It actually used to be a giant lake at one point before I lived here. Should be pretty awesome if it still was, but they I guess had some issues with the roadway that went through there, and I guess there was issues with the dam holding the water back or something, so they ended up having to break the dam and let all the water out. But you can see where everything would have been. You know, it used to be a fun destination for people to go kayak and things like that, but now it's just a pretty empty wetland out here. See somebody out there walking their dog. It's a pretty awesome view from up here. Looks like this used to be another parking area for people to probably fish and everything like that. So guess we can just see where this beaten path takes us. It's most likely goes around the whole entire place. That's just beautiful though. Fall is definitely one of my favorite times of riding. I mean, I love riding in the summer when it's nice and hot, so you can just go out in a shirt and some shorts, just cruise around and feel the breeze, but it is just so beautiful whenever it's fall and leaves start changing out here. But it's sad because I know it's gonna be winter here before I know it, which means I won't be able to do as much riding as I'd like to, but I still want to make some awesome videos for you guys, even during the winter time. So I've been thinking of some ideas that we can do. I can always do upgrades and show things on the bike inside, anything of that sort of nature. But maybe we could work on a DIY build for next summer, because usually I always like to get myself one toy at the beginning of the summer, especially since I got this channel now. I'm gonna have something fun for you guys to watch. So I was thinking maybe doing a DIY electric skateboard. Either a little short cruiser deck would be pretty cool, do some fun tricks around town, hop off the curbs and everything like that, or a big mountain board so I can go on these sweet trails like I can on the X-Class and just kind of go anywhere that I want to. Could either do something like that, or I've been really looking into the Electro & Co. kit for the Razor. I think that would be awesome. Fun little pit bike to rip around on these trails. I just can't imagine how much fun that would be, especially if those kits have the power of a Sur-Ron underneath a little kid's toy. So I think that would just be super, super fun to rip around, and we could do some pretty awesome customization on it. Or I could even use the Electro & Co. kit and make something custom, like a mini bike, which would probably only really be good for the street, but it'd be a sweet cruiser, a little nearly silent mini bike that goes 50 miles an hour. I mean, that would just be a blast. So if there's anything that you guys would like to see over the winter, or any ideas you'd have for me, drop them down in the comments below, and maybe we can work on making some of those happen for you. Should I take the little skinny trail or the main trail around? That's a great question. I think we're gonna take the little skinny trail and see where this leads us. I just looked online at the maps, and it looks like there's actually a pretty huge system of trails back there that I never really knew about. I mean, I knew about this lake, but I didn't realize that they've made trails that people could walk through, or I mean, I assume you can go through them. It's a pretty well cleared, and there's a good bit of them. And this used to be a public lake, so don't know why they wouldn't just keep it as like a public park. But I definitely want to come out here more often. I mean, I think this would be a pretty awesome place to get some cool lines through. I could definitely take my board or my one wheel through here. Might be a little more bumpy, but it's doable. Go down this hill, pop out on the other side. That's one thing I love about the X-Class, being able to just calmly ride it through the trails like that, and in an instant just hit the throttle and be flying up and down the hills. I have no regrets about buying this bike, I will say that. I definitely know I got my money's worth. I think I'm probably over 1,000 miles now. Let's see, 995, so we're gonna cross 1,000 miles in this video, which is pretty awesome. It's hard to tell what was and wasn't underwater at one point. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty low in this valley here, so this very well could have been under the lake. Whew, that was a big dip. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty bad ditches that run through here, so kind of wonder what that's from. That's pretty big. I'm really surprised I never knew about these trails. I mean, they aren't really far away from my house. It's just a little bit sketchy to get down here, but these are totally marked and well maintained, I mean, relatively. But somebody has to come out here kind of frequently and walk them or weed whack these down. Oh, that's a big bump. Don't want to fall over that. The blue trail keeps going through there. Or that's an orange marker. Looks like another trail here. Guess we could try going through this way. Seeing what this is all about. Hopefully it's not this sticky. rocky the whole way. Honestly, maybe I shouldn't do this way, just because I don't know the trail. And I can't tell anything with all these leaves on the ground. Why is there 2 orange ones? Alright, well, looks like I just have to keep going this way and I'll end up, where I need to be. Let's get some run up and see if I can make this hill climb on the X-Class. Yeah. Actually, keep our pedal assist down, just give it throttle while we're going. Climb up. Alright, made it. Now I don't know where the trail goes. Alright, here's the trail down. This looks a little sketchy. I ain't seeing much of a trail out. Getting out of that shit and going back the other way. I think I need to just get back out on the blue main trail, not go through the woods. It's not as well kept through some of these woods trails. This is gonna be a little sketchy going back down. Man, Ariel Rider hydraulic brakes are pretty damn good. I'm gonna need to go back this way. Pull my socks down so I don't get a million ticks out here. Go back the main road, have some space to breathe. Don't fall down that. Or this one. There we go. It's a little bit better. Oh, that scared me. That was a big ditch earlier. Like that one. Some of those sections are so narrow. Oh, there's no staying out of that one. Made it back to the main section here. I think I'm probably just gonna head back out to the front for now. I'm actually starting to get pretty hot. I have a long sleeve under my hoodie. And I mean, it was like 50 degrees when I first went out, but it's definitely probably up in the 60s now. I'm just gonna cruise our way back and see if there's any cool other spots to hit along the way. Might try to go cut across the bottom of the lake over there to see if I can get on the parking lot on the other side. Now I could ride the road back out and get where I need to go back home. Just checking in, we're at 997, only 3 miles away from 1,000 miles on the X-Class. Some pretty cool cliffs over here. Such a pretty view from up here, looking over the airport and all the valleys. Might be able to see a plane take off here. Looks like there's somebody at the end of the runway. kind of want to see if we can get across down here. Would you look at that? There's one bridge. Let's hope it's strong enough for me and the bike. Ooh. Those look pretty rickety. Oh, here's a plane coming in for a landing right now. I can't even hear that thing. There he goes. I've lived here so long that I'm just used to it, but it is definitely pretty crazy how many planes come through this area. Maybe get a better seat for the bike. Just have the stock seat on, and really I don't think it's that bad, but I could also do pretty good from something a little more cushiony. Take my bike down the sketchy bridge. Alright. And we made it back on the other side. Get up top here in this parking lot and figure out the best way to go home. Oh, this must be the old boat launch. That's pretty crazy that it was up this high. Yep, here it is. Used to be the parking lot and the boat ramp for it. Definitely would have been a pretty awesome lake to still have. Alright, well, I think we're just gonna cruise our way back from here. Took the GoPro off my helmet because it's kind of hurting my head having to have this thing so tight it doesn't shake around. But we're gonna go start heading back down this road and make our way back home. Yeah, this is more like what I want. Everybody out here. All right. Well, I'll just take this shoulder the way back and be home before you know it. Thankfully, it's just this one big uphill, and then the rest of the way should be just coasting on the brakes. Back where we started. Oh, 999 miles. Almost at 1,000. Oh, there we are, 1,000 miles exactly. Boom. Finally did it. Time for an oil change now. Well, that's pretty awesome for the X-Class. 1,000 pretty much issue-free miles. I mean, there's been a few basic maintenance things that I've had to do with the bike, bleed the brakes, things like that. I honestly should probably get some new brake pads too. These are the stock ones and been treating me well, but I can tell they're getting pretty squealy now. But so far, the bike has treated me great. Really, the first thing to go is the stock back tire. That was pretty much dead at 800 miles. I mean, I still could have kept riding it, but I would have ended up getting a flat and getting stuck somewhere, so it wasn't worth it. That's why I upgraded to the V Huntsman's. Now let's see how many miles we ended up doing. This is out for 2 hours, did 14.3 miles, and we have 2 bars of battery left, which is pretty accurate since we were doing some pretty heavy off-road. And obviously I wasn't going insanely fast or anything, but just hitting the throttle pretty hard to get up some of those steep hills, and the bike having the power over all the grass and everything does tax pretty hard on your battery. But I can assure you that I probably would have gotten a flat on my old stock tires, so I'm glad I have these VE Huntsman's on for the trail riding. I was pretty impressed with all the places that we went. Honestly, every single place we went today is somewhere I haven't ever been before, so that's a pretty awesome ride. And thank you guys for coming along. If you enjoyed watching, please hit that like button and subscribe for next time.